DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. It is Sunday, and slowly we are passing on what we had this really big snowstorm on Thursday. So there's still a lot of snow, but it's melting. Yeah, so I mean, it was quite cold the last few days, but right now it's like 11 degrees Celsius. So just to give you an idea, 0 degrees Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit. So anyway, so we're quite a bit above freezing. So everything is kind of melting. It's as often the case, I guess. We often have a snowstorm sometime like in November, and then it melts, and then we have a green Christmas. Yeah. But I guess that's just the way it is. I mean, it's quite often this way. It's amusing because people always get surprised. They always get surprised because, as if it's weird to have snow in late November, and it actually isn't, and it happens quite regularly. And then when it's gone, people complain, "Oh well, there's no snow at Christmas." Anyway, so that's just the way it is. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. There's a person who's sitting on the bench over there. I won't go and bug him, but I've noticed him now for a while. Seems to be a person that has no place to stay. I've seen him now for a while, a couple of weeks in a row now, that he's there with all his belongings, it seems, in a set of bags. And he comes to the park and sits here for a while, and then probably goes off somewhere for the night. I don't know. I've noticed him now a couple of times. It's the same person. Yeah. Anyway, it's again, as I've told you a few times, in Switzerland there are homeless. In Switzerland there are poor people, but they usually hide. I guess it's it's definitely one of the flip sides of living in a very rich country, is that when something like that happens to you and you're down and out, you don't know where to go. Well, actually there are places here to go, but what I mean is that if I go like in England and Ireland and even in Montreal or Maine or in the States, there's homeless, and it's kind of like a known fact. And there's even parts of the town where the homeless end up hanging out, we could call it that way. But here, it's just simply not one of those things. Yeah. Anyway, I had a friend who's actually a very good friend I worked with in Switzerland and then in Ireland, and I saw recently that he's been posting. He always posts a lot on what was at the time Twitter, then became X. And now what I've noticed is that he wrote a post that he's on Blue Sky as well, because that's where a lot of the science is as well. And so I went over and just to see what was going on, I made myself a Blue Sky account. It's quite amusing in a way because I've noticed that actually a lot of the people that were on X, and I was going to say after their if we could call it that way, with being slightly sarcastic, after their collective meltdown, a lot of them went over to Blue Sky, which actually Blue Sky reminds me of, in a way, of the old Twitter, and I'll get to that in a minute. Is that the old Twitter was I was going to say a very friendly place for things like science and for people that were more left-leaning, and there was definitely a bias in that way. Having said that, though, I mean, ever since Twitter became X, well, yeah, there is certainly more people from the right, and that's not surprising because they'd pretty well all been banned from the ex-Twitter, and now they came back. And the people that used to like to have, I was going to say, more left-leaning tweets, I don't know what they're called on Blue Sky, have gone over to Blue Sky. Now, what I've noticed, actually, just for the little bit that I've been there, is that it's not nice to be a conservative over there. No, I'm laughing because everything that's being accused, people, of special, let's put it this way, not nice comments and mean tweets and so on. Well, I've seen them all over there, except that they're on the left side. Anyway, let's leave it at that. I'm not there for the politics anyway. I'm there, if I go there, it's just to check out what my friends or colleagues are putting on the science stuff. And as far as that goes, like I say, it's neutral, or at least it's mostly neutral, so that's good. I mean, that's all I care about when I go over there. So you have this, maybe you have it on X, I don't know, I never bothered, but on Blue Sky you have what they call a mute, not a mute button, but a mute function or something. So if there's somebody you just don't want to see, you just mute them. Yeah, you can block them if they become aggressive towards you, but if you just don't want to see something, you just mute it. But that's okay. I mean, I find that's reasonable. Then, the groups that want to speak together, they can speak together. Yeah. Anyway, it's not easy in today's world to talk with people anymore. I've been hearing a lot from people lately. It's the usual. Every year it's the same. People are worried about Thanksgiving and what they're not for Thanksgiving itself, but for the arguments at the table. You know what? There's always been stuff like that. When I was a teenager, living in Canada and in Quebec, that was a period of the first separation referendums and the rise of power of certain separatist political parties and so on. And the discussions were always very intense between what we used to call the separatists and the federalists. It was always extremely intense, and you would have always people that in a family, and so it was. I was just going to say Thanksgiving discussions or family meals and the discussions. It's nothing's new as far as that's concerned. So when people are going on, about, I'm worried about Thanksgiving. Think about it for a while and you probably see it's been like that forever. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we have, as you know, December's coming up soon, very soon. I always find maybe a little bit less now that I'm retired, but I always find it complicated. There's just so much that needs to be done in the first weeks of December. There's like could be, Christmas presents is something that doesn't stress me out maybe as much now. We've kind of come to an arrangement that we will buy essentially Christmas presents for the grandkids, but amongst ourselves, do we need things? Actually, no. Might get a little box of chocolates or something like that, but no big search, for that. That's not what we're going to be doing. So anyway, that's coming up. Yeah, but then there's the things like planning meals, the Christmas cookies, my yearly letter, or what else? Well, for example, we make a calendar every year, so going through the pictures, putting them together for the calendar, and so on. So yeah, it's always it's a big month, but at least I don't have to worry about like the Christmas parties that used to be, or Christmas meals that were part of the work thing. Oh goodness, I used to hate those because they were, there's this forced friendship at times and forced bonding that was imposed on you. And I'm not even talking about, the usual Christmas party stuff, about the people used to say, well, it's a good chance to flirt and this and that. No, I'm not even talking about that. But sometimes that was added on. Not much. I have to admit, I was never really very bothered myself with that. But yeah, that was definitely for some people. I was going to say it was definitely for some people a factor. Okay, anyway, I've been talking long enough, so I guess I'll just stop there and walk along. I'm quite a bit sad actually about one thing though. I've showed you a few times, I think, excuse me, in the past there was a cat that lived over here near the pond. Well, the cat has been found dead. People are wondering if there's somebody poisoned it or something. I was told that one person that's actually, took the cat's corpse or whatever is going to have an autopsy. But I haven't heard more about it. Anyway, but that's kind of sad for me because I like to meet up with the cat every now and then. Yeah, people are weird. People are strange. And people are mean. Anyway, let's just stop there. So that'll be it. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.